Okay, a very good morning. It's the wee hours of the morning. I am having tea. It's well past 3. Or is it yet? Let's just see. Now, this is going to be continuing my mini series on Nancy Guthrie. So this is a missing persons video. I'm working on Nancy Guthrie, clairvoyant medium, trying to bring information. And when I worked with the police on the Marilyn and Neely case, one of the officers would always say, when we were trying to come up with, what really happened at a crime, what really happened, what really happened, what really happened, you're always asking that question. There's a little phrase that is, a story is just a story until you have evidence. So I do honor that. The great thing that clairvoyant mediums can do on missing persons cases is they can actually maybe bypass evidence, but they're on a physical level, but they're usually going straight to spirit for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. When messages are relayed, the next part is, are they being interpreted correctly? So it is still precarious. You have to pay attention to detail. You have to really think through things. But even if you are working on a story, sooner or later, you really will see if your pieces fit. And if it's the wrong story, you'll just see that leads really go dead, right? If leads are going dead, that's an indication you might be on the wrong path. So for this video, what I wanted to focus on, as I promised people who've already been tuning in on this, cheers. When I've been looking at the Nancy Guthrie case, for me, as a clairvoyant medium, it is very important for me not just to relay messages from anyone deceased from crime, so that they as victims have a voice. It's also important for me to make sure that whoever the perpetrators are, we have them counted up correctly. We have them tallied in the correct way. And what I even like to do is try to profile personality, try to profile characteristics, of course, even just simple as saying what nationality someone is. It can be as simple as that, to actually be able to define a character. Let's put these mysterious figures into something tangible. And if you don't have evidence, how do you do that? At least with clairvoyant sight, it really is incredible, because if you've heard of remote viewing, that's really what clairvoyant abilities can do. You can look at a scene, even if you are not in it at all, and you can just start to pick up all the energies in that space, including feelings, emotions, intentions, sequence of events can even be shown. So if you're questioning, did this happen first or did that? Sometimes you can actually see sequence of events. So this is part 9 in Nancy Guthrie, remember. So when I have looked at the Nancy Guthrie case, I know we're over 90 days now. It might be 91 or 92 by now. And I guess what I'm really concerned about is making sure, again, that we have the right number of perpetrators. So I'm going to just go through it real quick, because today's video, I'm addressing the driver and one female that I believe would have been someone that hired other individuals to help her with this caper. Very dangerous and disastrous caper. So I guess I also want to place the responsibility where it deserves to go. Okay, so this video is going to be focusing on the driver and the woman who hired the driver. Okay, and I'm going to depict it in a way that is just creative and maybe even flamboyant. But the point is to drive home the type of behaviors of these people, how this could have just started with a simple suggestion. We also think the woman involved in this is very persuasive. So if she was truly the person who hired the crew that was in the house and the driver, that's what I think. There's a female that hired the crew. Okay, so and it's not necessarily well, let's just start with the perpetrator. So anybody coming in new, this is my theory on my story. None of this is validated. I'm not asking anyone to believe me. If you are getting information on your own, stick with it. We all have our ways to bring information forth, and I'm not trying to discount anybody else's contributions. Okay, so perpetrator number one is the person front door. That's in my videos. I'm numbering them according to when they've appeared in vision. So even though one could have started it, and I'm naming him perp number 3. So perp number 1 is the front door person. Perp number 2, I believe, came in the back door, assisted perp 1. They would have both gone in the back. And their role was to contain Nancy in her bedroom. And I would say trigger warning on this, please. Those two individuals would have been responsible for containing her in her bedroom, I believe sedating her, relocating her to the couch to await instructions that were being communicated over a communications network similar to either walkie-talkie, secure channel. And perp 3 is on those communication channels. Perp 3 is not in the house at all, nor does he ever come near Nancy's person at all, but he's the one who's dispatching the driver. That's what I've got. He's the one dispatching the driver, and he's making sure that perp 1 and perp 2 truly have secured Nancy in a way that she's not running out of kitchen doors or anywhere. Okay, so again, perp 1 at the front door, perp 2 at the back door, perp 3 on communications, never on location. Okay, so this is where I get to person number 4 and 5. Okay, so the driver is who I'm going to be talking about tonight. And number 5 is a Hispanic Mexican woman who very well, as I said, could have been a type of ringleader for the Mexican crew. Now, perp 3, in my account, I truly believe that perp 3 is actually Caucasian and a communications expert. So that's where I'm going to take off for now, where I keep wanting to talk about the driver, the vehicle. I'm not sure if this female was actually at the house. I'm not sure she was in the pickup car. I'm not positive on that. Perp 1 and 2 get in the car. They get in the vehicle with Nancy. The driver is the only person, of course, taking care of the vehicle. And this woman, we do know that in our account, she is the person that's going to be taking care of where they wish to hold Nancy. So I'm going to be calling that location number 2. Location number 1 is Nancy's house and everything happening from the house to the vehicle, location 1. In theory, I guess you could say that the car is location 2, to be honest. So maybe I'll say that. Location 1 is the house. Just so if you follow these videos, that's the way I'm going to be phrasing things. Location 2 is the vehicle, because there would be DNA in the vehicle and it's an identifiable vehicle. So tangible, hopefully. Okay, so if that makes sense, I think that's the way I'm going to go on this video. And then where they want to hold her, I guess that's going to now be location number 3. Okay, so. Okay, so like I said, I want people to know their personalities, so don't mind me. But it's got to be creative so you understand these people.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw this chica looking at me. I said, baby, what do you need from me? You want to be famous on the screen? We could do something in between. Baby, can you drive a car? It won't need to be too far. Baby, can you drive the car? Maybe I love you. Listen, babe, I got something to say. Any chance you can start today? I got no car and my heart is breaking. If you're the driver, that's the start. Can you drive the car? Then we can both be stars. Can you drive the car? I told that girl my prospects were good, and then she said, it's understood. Working for peanuts is very fine. I want better times. Come on, baby. You gonna drive that car? Come on, baby. Are you gonna drive that car? That's right. Beep, beep, and beep, beep, and yeah. That's their personalities, folks. I hope I have summed that up. I'm not asking for any vigilantism, vigilante, you know what I mean? Don't go after anybody. It's important that if any of, as I'm forming these sort of identities of these perpetrators, you know, maybe one person will look around kind of going, oh my God, is that Jorge? Anyway, I do believe that the whole crew is Hispanic, except for perp number 3. And he is the motivation in this. He's where the motive started from. He's where, in fact, we're going to talk more about him anyway. So that's all for now. I have another video that will describe more of the features about the driver, and I will be doing that tomorrow on Tuesday. So for now, just wanted to get on and get that feeling of these perps out there. This woman would have been able to talk people into things, and she definitely would have been using her little way to persuade and promise, and you know, so all right, so I hope that wasn't dark or disturbing, but I appreciate that people have cared about Nancy Guthrie. I've got a YouTube channel that has all sorts of long length videos on everything I've done on Nancy Guthrie, including motive, whether it was family, lots of things, what the mission was indoors, but trigger warning on it all, because it's a lot of readings that are coming forward and we just want to get the information out there. So love, 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 and have a great, great morning wherever you are. Thank you very much. And I see where the off button is. Thank you for being here. Thank you.